Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Fields McCormick and welcome back to Madden Mobile. Now, as you can see from the title of this video, we do have a very exciting video dropping today. We will be claiming Freezeback players. These are 93 overall players that dropped with Ultimate Freeze. These are rewards for number 1, completing the Master Series, that gives you 1, and 2, completing the Ultimate Freeze season, winning the Super Bowl. So I have managed to save up both of these. We're going to claim them at the exact same time. They are both going to be defensive players. I'm looking to significantly stack the defense, so let's go ahead and come over here. Those are the 2 packs right there. As you can see, the Field of Freeze logos on them. Now, we're going to run through all these players. Some of these are really good and will be huge additions to our defense. Reveal all. Oh, these are some exciting cards. All right. So from the far left going all the way to the right, let's call out all these guys. We have Big Ben himself, Ben Roethlisberger, 93 overall quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers with a guaranteed 40 power. He is West Coast, so if you run a West Coast scheme, Big Ben will get a bonus on your team. Next up, we have 93 middle linebacker Eric Kendricks. We have 93 overall halfback LaShawn McCoy. He is verticals. Scroll over, we have 93 overall Preston Smith. 93 overall halfback CJ Anderson with his Broncos uniform on. He is spread, so if you run a spread game plan, he will get a bonus on your offense. Next up, we have the Jonathan Hankins, 93 overall defensive tackle for the Colts. Next up is DJ Moore, 93 overall wide receiver. Smash Mouth bonus, which is what I run. He is on the Carolina Panthers, by the way. Next up, scrolling over for big boy himself, Russell Okung, 93 overall offensive tackle with guaranteed 40 power. He does have a West Coast game plan, so if you run West Coast, he will also get a bonus on your team, just like Big Ben. The last 2 are 93 overall Logan Ryan for the Patriots and the 93 overall defensive end Anik Goyuke for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the first one of these 2 we're going to take, let's go all the way over here. Preston Smith, we're going to select him. Before we add him to the team, though, let's go ahead and flip him over. He has 81 speed. He is a power rushing linebacker. He's not fast, but he does have that extra power to punch through the offensive lineman. He has 81 strength, which is pretty good. 88 acceleration, that's nice. 90 awareness. He can easily scan offenses, see exactly what's coming, exactly what's going on, make the proper reads, the proper cuts to get the blocks and tackles needed to stop players in the backfield. He also has 88 tackle, which means that if he goes in for the tackle, that's game. He's dragging someone to the ground. Could be a running back like CJ Anderson, Chris Johnson. We might see Big Ben get sacked for a loss. 67 man is pretty low, but man is not something you see very often with him. 73 zone, once again, is kind of low, but that's another thing you don't see a whole lot with linebackers. 83 block shed. This is important. That means that if he's going one-on-one against an O-lineman, he's going to be able to shoulder his way around the O-line, get to the quarterback, get to the running back, make those huge defensive stops. And then finally, 91 pursuit. This is huge for a linebacker. This means that even though he might not have the highest speed, he can still chase a running back, chase a quarterback, chase down those fast players, and make the tackles, make the plays needed to stop long gains. Smith notched his 9th and 10th sacks of the season in a snowy 2019 Week 10 matchup against the Panthers. So we're going to go ahead and flip him back over and continue. The second one is going to be another defensive player. All right, we already took Preston Smith for a linebacker to strengthen our linebacker core. Let's go down to the trenches, and we're going to take Jonathan Hankins to improve our defensive line. All right, and now we do have our defense settled. We have everybody put in the right positions in the right locations, and this is our current all-diamond defense. Let's take a look at Jonathan Hankins' stats real quick. So, Jonathan Hankins is a 93 overall defensive tackle with a guaranteed 40 power when you claim him. He is number 95 for the Indianapolis Colts and is a monster on their defensive line. Definitely one of the Colts' best defensive players. And I'm very excited to add this guy to my D-line, right next to Sean Gilbert, Khalil Mack, and Reggie White. A huge D-line, and I'm very excited to see how they do against offenses in upcoming games. Jonathan Hankins has 61 speed, which is alright, kind of slow, but he's a very bulky, very strong, very dense guy, so running won't be a huge factor for him. He's all about getting that quick hit on the O-lineman, knocking him out of the way, climbing for sacks, all that good stuff. 93 strength, this is where this card excels. That is an amazing strength stat, and that means that he's going to be able to definitely blow through offensive linemen. He's very strong. He will win a lot of those trench wars with Russell Okung, with Joe Thomas, Aaron Donald's O-tackle card. Those kind of cards that have been the forefront of the offensive lines now won't be an issue as much with a guy like Jonathan Hankins on your defensive line. 74 acceleration, which is pretty good. 89 awareness, once again, just like that linebacker Preston Smith. He can scan around on the field, knows exactly where the quarterback's trying to go with the ball. He can make the right cuts and blocks to get around the O-lineman, get the sack, get those running backs in the backfield, make huge plays that can stop offenses from scoring against you. Next up, he has 92 tackle. This is insanely high tackle. This means that if he wraps up, if he goes in for the tackle, if he goes in for a strip, whatever it is, he's making the play, he's making the tackle, whatever player he's going for, whether it's an NFL 100 running back like Eric Dickerson, maybe he's going in to sack Big Ben, whatever he's going in for, whoever he's going in to attack, going in for the tackle, he'll get him down, he'll get those huge defensive plays that can stop the breakaway runs that we see these NFL 100 running backs pulling left and right. It's going to be a huge bonus on your team to have a 92 tackle defensive tackle that has the ability to make these monstrous hits, these huge blocks, huge tackles. And with 92 tackle, he's going to be making a lot of those core, important, key plays that can stop offenses. Next up, just along with that 92 tackle, he has 92 block shed. This means that going along with his incredible strength, his blocking stats, block shedding, everything, he can break away from the O tackles and the O guards and the centers that are going to be blocking him up, meaning that he could easily get through the line, shoulder his way through the big guys up front, get to the quarterback, get to the running back, get to the fullback, make those huge backfield plays that are required to stop offenses in Madden Mobile. 89 power moves is really high. That means he's going to be able to power through the line. And those really fast pop moves, the power moves, are going to be exactly what he specializes in. 65 finesse moves is a little low, but you got to think he's not a very finesse-oriented player. He's very strong. He's got brute strength on his side, and finesse isn't exactly something that's his forte. 88 pursuit's really good, especially for a D tackle. That means he will still be able to chase running backs, quarterbacks, tight ends, whoever else he may be chasing. He still has the ability to chase them and successfully tackle when he gets to them. 90 play recognition. This goes along with his high awareness stat. This is incredibly important, especially for a D lineman. He's going to have the ability to scan the offense, look around, notice what's going on, but not only just notice it, he will recognize exactly which play and which direction the ball is going to go, and he can shift accordingly. If he knows it's going to be like halfback counter, it's always to the left side on the outside of that O tackle, he can shift over towards that O tackle and force extra pressure in alongside the D end to cause that extra pressure on the O tackle that will hopefully cause either the D end or the D tackle, Hankins here, to break through and get that tackle for a loss. That's going to result in those 3rd and long situations. 86 hit power. Once again, he's incredibly strong, incredibly powerful card. He can just pop right through and hit. And 86 hit power is very high. This is similar to Reggie White and Khalil Mack's defensive end hit power, which means that when he gets a hit like this, there's a good chance at a fumble and a very good chance at laying somebody out, especially those running backs when he's able to break through the offensive line. Next up, 65 agility and 64 jump. Both of these are pretty low, but you've also got to keep in mind that agility and jumping stats aren't a huge deal for defensive ends because typically they're not very agile. They're very bulky, very strong individuals. And then jumping, they might go up and try to swat a pass, but other than that, jumping is not really something that they do a whole lot of. And last but not least, 20 catch. That is incredibly low, and I'm very glad none of my receiving core has anything like that. But once again, very rarely, if ever, will you see a defensive tackle catch anything. This is not something you frequently see, and with the exception of a very rare interception from a swatted pass, you won't see defensive tackles catching anything at all. So while 20 catch is indeed incredibly low, it's not a deal breaker because catch isn't something that they rely on. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at his bio. He's a run-stopping defensive tackle, by the way. I thought I should mention that, meaning that he will be perfect for stopping those NFL 100 running backs we talked about a second ago. All right, Hankins was a force for the Colts with 8 tackles and a physical 2017 Week 14 snow game against the Bills. And taking a look at all of this, between these two players, we go back to the main lineup. That is a 91 overall defense, all diamond players. I'm very excited to have Preston Smith and Jonathan Hankins on the team. These guys are going to be a huge boost to my Madden Mobile defense, and I definitely look forward to seeing these guys being able to shut down runs, shut down short passes, pressure quarterbacks, pressure running backs, and all around improve my defense. So yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you all so much for watching. Before you leave, if you're new and you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and subscribe down below. If you hit the bell next to the subscription icon, you will get a notification every time we drop a new video. I try to drop a new video every single day and occasionally on the weekends. So if you have your notifications turned on, you will never miss an upload. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up down below to let me know. And one final thing, if you want to join the locker room, which is the Discord associated with this channel, I will leave a link pinned down in the comments for you to do so. We have tons of amazing conversations in the locker room and talk about everything from new players to new promos to even getting to show off highlights, and some of those you will get to see coming Friday. So without further ado, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next Madden Mobile video.